Hello fit chicks and fit beauties, it's your girl D Dun Elizabeth, and here I'm back with another cute little talk that I had really woke up with on my heart. And I've been meant to film this, but today was the day to film it, so we filming it. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I have literally been preaching about me restarting my weight loss journey. And to be exact, it's probably like my 4th or 5th time restarting, like never quitting but restarting. And I just want to talk about the importance of giving yourself the grace to start over when you need to. And whether you believe it or not, your past does not need you, your future does. So holding on who you used to be, what you used to look like, what you used to feel like, what you used to do, doesn't serve you any like purpose when you're trying to move forward. Because the more you move forward, it creates a better you, a better version of yourself. So to give you guys a backstory, if you've been following my channel, I recently did a show in October. Hit a little downfall, body dysmorphia hit hard. I found myself just kind of like overindulging in food, no discipline. It wasn't just necessarily binge eating, but it was pretty much like I'm gonna eat whatever I want when I want. And I felt like myself becoming not myself. So without a doubt, I kept working out, I kept going with the motions, and I really found myself in a very, very, very dark place. Now, one thing about getting in a dark place is sometimes you get so deep into that dark place that you literally can't see the light. Like at one point, I literally could not see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I really was ready to just give up on everything. And the purpose of the story that I'm telling y'all is because sometimes when you get so caught up into something, you literally will feel like you cannot see the positive in anything that you're going through. The only thing that kept me positive is literally showing up for my clients, continuing to push them through, to continue to bless them, be there in their presence, motivating them to keep going on their journey. That was literally the only thing that kept me going. I had a million reasons as to why I really could not give up, but it seemed like the one reason why I wanted to give up, because I felt like I failed myself. I felt like I literally had the perfect body and I just let it go due to emotions, due to just not having discipline, and I felt like I was literally ready to give everything up. Without a doubt, the light at the end of the tunnel revealed itself, y'all. And now here we are about 6 months later, and I'm finally kind of really getting it back together. And I tell people all the time, baby, I'm starting over. Like if you asking me, well, what you doing right now? Done is starting over. And I feel like when you truly start over, you give yourself a new vision on where you're trying to get to. If I feel like for 6 months, I literally from day one of me stepping off the stage, I literally only overthought about that stage body, and I thought me overthinking it would keep me to where I was, but it literally only moved me away from it. Not saying that this would happen to you, but I'm just giving you all my experience, like, you know. And it got me thinking, like, done, like, how did you, you know, like, how did you finally get to this point? Like, how did you finally get to this point where, like, hey, I'm getting back into it, I'm not just going to work out, I'm literally going to focus on getting to my goals, giving myself grace, creating that balance that I literally always wanted. But because before I started the show, I literally was in a place of trying to find balance. So then when I did the show, it was like a complete opposite of trying to find balance, because I just felt like all the time I was just like going. So coming off of that, it was like, okay, done. Now you got to readjust. But the readjustment took 6 months. And sometimes you got to realize that God give you stuff right on time. He blessed me with my new gym, which kind of shifted my focus. He really gave me like what I had wanted, my own space, to really let me know, like, done, you're really capable of leading. You're really capable of changing people's lives. So why sit and soak up in everything that you did wrong, and everything that you're doing right is right in front of you? So when I got blessed to finally sign a lease on my new space, I literally realized that, like, you know what? It's time to really just get active. And I knew that in order for me to take over this space, in order for me to lead, I had to literally be in a way better mental space than I was throughout this past 6 months. It's no way with my mental space and my mental stress that I was going to be able to lead, work on finances, work on building my business, work on building my clientele. It was no way that I was going to be able to do that if I wasn't in the right mental space. And it literally, like, sometimes God will sit you down and let you know, like, hey, I can't move you forward if you can't be content with where you are right now. Like, yeah, I want you to be hungry. Yeah, I want you to be, you know, unsatisfied. I want you to keep pushing towards becoming a better you. But if you can't be content with what you have in front of you on your plate right now, I'm not gonna bless you with all the things that I have in store for you. And I feel like I prayed every single night for the past 6 months, y'all, morning and night, saying, God, just show me the light. Not so much saying like, God, give me my body back. I realized that prayer just really wasn't working no more. I said, God, just show me the light. Just show me that I'm capable again. Just show me that I do have the discipline to not just eat whatever and feel like guilt when I eat whatever. God, give me the discipline to know that I really can do this. I really can make it, because you already put me in a position to lead other women with what they're doing. And you'll finish training and you run a business. Sometimes you'll feel like that you're not in a position to lead because you don't have everything together. But that's not necessarily the case. Just because your body is shifting, your body is changing, just because you're dealing with mental stress or emotional problems does not mean that God didn't put you in a position to lead. Because I know for a fact I have motivated and inspired so many people, and I plan on doing that until I leave up out this thing, okay? When done clock out, I want everybody to say, you know what, if it ain't one thing that done always motivated and inspired the people. And that's literally all that matters to me. So now I just want to kind of talk to you guys about what I'm doing in the process of starting over. So if you're a person that literally started your weight loss journey maybe a month ago and you really haven't kind of stuck to what you said or kind of followed through with what the plan that you had in place, even if you 1 week in, it's okay to start over. I think the beauty of being on this journey is that every time we wake up, it's a new day to become a better version of ourselves. It's a new day to get 1% better at what we're trying to achieve and 1% better at the goal that we're trying to reach. And when you start over, I feel like these 3 important tips that I jotted down that I've been literally keeping in mind to keep me moving forward is very important mentally when you're trying to progress forward. So, to fully forgive yourself. When I started my weight loss journey, when I initially started 4 years ago, I literally had to sit down and say, Dun, I forgive you for allowing other people's perception to become your own. I forgive you for that. I forgave myself for allowing people to call me fat and for it to make me feel some type of way. I fully had to forgive myself for trying to lose weight to please other people. I forgave myself for that. And when you fully forgive yourself for all the things that have happened, because when you're on a weight loss journey, anything that you have suppressed, anything that you have pushed down, from people making you feel some type of way, from people talking about you, from attention that you didn't or did get from men, all that is pushed down. Whether you believe that you dealt with it or not, I'm speaking from my experience. All that is pushed down. So every day that you work towards losing the weight, losing the physical, the spiritual, the emotional weight, all of that's going to come up. It's going to have to come up either way. Like, it's going to have to come up. And once it come up, you're able to really step into that next version of yourself. But until you sit down and fully forgive everything that you allow other people to do to you and you let it affect you, you have to forgive yourself for that. You have to forgive yourself for letting your self-worth scoop very low to the point where you let others' opinions affect how you felt about yourself. And most times we don't really realize like how much of people talking about us, people saying ugly things, play a huge role on how we progress throughout our journey. Whether that's comments from our family members, whether that's comments from our childhood people that we used to be around, people from school, all that stuff matters. And until you literally sit down and say, okay, Dun, I realize that I cannot change what those people had to say. I cannot change what they'll have to say now, whether I'm here or whether I'm there. But what I can change is the fact that I forgive me for allowing their opinions and their perceptions to become my reality at one point in time. And when you sit down and you realize that their opinions does not have to be your reality, then you can move forward. Like, you can literally move forward into becoming the person that you wanted to be. But you gotta forgive yourself. Like, when I got off the stage, I literally, over these past 6 months, I had to forgive myself. Like, hey, Dun, I forgive myself for letting body dysmorphia win over me sticking to my goals. I forgive myself for letting the idea of being shredded year-round or lean year-round impact me and make me stress out, even though, like, physically, I could look in the mirror and know that I wasn't gaining weight, but mentally I felt like I was blowing up. And then over the long run, it just kind of turned into me packing on weight. It could be stress weight. It could just be eating. Let's just not stick to my goals. I forgive myself for that. So now, once you forgive, you can realize what do you need to do different this time around when you start over. Because remember, we're starting over. So whatever mistake that you feel like you made, or whatever things that you feel like you should have forgave yourself, or you shouldn't have allowed yourself to feel that way about that situation, once you push it out the window, forgive, but you don't have to forget. Forgive yourself, but you don't have to forget the toll, the emotional toll that stuff took, like that it impacted you. Like, you don't have to forget about it, but you have to fully allow, you know, that space for you to move forward. And that's currently what I'm working on, like realizing where I failed at, realizing where I feel like I messed up at, where I feel like I should have done better, and learning how to move forward. Like, once again, you can't change the past, but what you can do is make improvements, make one step closer to becoming that better version of yourself. So the second thing was, like I said already, recognize where you went wrong. Create a list. Create a list of things like where you went wrong, and be completely honest with yourself. I feel like sometimes it's so hard to be honest with ourselves. Like, it's easier for me to tell somebody and then they tell me like, oh, you're done, like, yeah, you falling off. But for me, like, if you can be honest with yourself, it really don't even matter what anybody else has to say. Like, I knew without a doubt, like, okay, done, yeah, I'm falling off, I gotta get it together. I knew that. Like, nobody had to tell me that. And I knew, like, okay, yeah, you working hard during the week, but you doing whatever on the weekend. So, like, what are your goals? If your goals are to progress or try to see results at this time, or to just see results over time, like, what are you doing? Making sure that your actions align with who you're trying to become. If you say you trying to become this, but your actions showing that, then it just doesn't align. Whether it's balance or whether you're just trying to focus on creating healthier habits, always show up as the person that you want to become. Because sometimes when we're creating habits, the old us, the old mentality, the old habits will constantly drag us back into where we used to be. And the more you create that habit, the more you show up when you don't want to, the more you make the right decision for the future you and not the you right now, it will allow you to continue to progress forward within your journey. So if you create a list and you write down things that where you feel like you went wrong, tackle it one at a time. You don't have to tackle everything all at once. Take one step, go one thing off the list at a time. It doesn't have to be everything all at once. And the last thing that I have is to fight to become a better you. Finding new ways to hold yourself accountable. Finding new ways to get yourself in the space that you really want to be in. And I preach this a lot. When you surround yourself around people that show you love, when you surround yourself around people that's kind of on the same journey with you, they speak in love, they speak a light into your journey, they fully supporting you, that makes you feel so welcome in the space that you're in. Don't nobody want to walk into no space that they're not welcome in. So surround yourself around spaces that you feel loved in. Because in this transitional period, you want to feel as much love as possible. And the same love that you seek out from others is the same love that you need to give 5 times to yourself. And another thing that I've been really focusing on is self-love. Showing myself love in ways that I literally would want to be loved. Like, sometimes we reach out and we like, hey, I really want this person to do this, or I really want this person to do that, but what can you do for yourself? Show yourself the same love that you want to receive, and then once you do that, like, you will be able to elevate and prosper and grow. And I feel like the one major thing about self-love is like, it's like a fitness journey. It literally never ends, because you will go through phases throughout your life where you kind of feel like, oh, I'm pulling this way, oh, I'm pulling this way. Like, no matter how far I get on my journey, the old me constantly keeps like boiling up, trying to get me go back to my old ways. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, sometimes she win. Like, this past 6 months, I feel like she won with trying to pull me back into my old ways. But like I said, I pray every night that God help me see the light. And I pray for consistency. Not just consistency, I pray for discipline. We can have the consistency to get to where we want to be, but pray to the Lord that he gives you discipline to continue to progress forward from where you already want to be. Everything that you have right now is things that you pray for, things that he put on your plate. And when life gets to shaking, life get to turning, flipping, you feeling like, God, what am I doing wrong? And literally, he's just trying to change you. Like, he's trying to change everything around you so that you could change within yourself. And I'm about 4 weeks in my starting over journey. By 4 weeks in, still hitting a little road bumps here and there, but I'm making progress. Like, I feel like mentally I'm in a better space. Like, I'm in a better mind frame when it comes to what I'm trying to do, the empire that I'm trying to build. I got my own gym space. Like, I got a lot more on my plate, and I feel like God said, here, okay, I want you to focus on this while you focus on that. I want you to learn how to manage this before I can give you that. And you got to realize, like, my God is not about to come give you everything that you asked for on your plate that's already full. Once you learn how to manage what you have, then he will bless you with more. But always continue to pray for more. Always to continue to pray for that discipline. Pray for that person that you want to become, because that person that you want to become is there. Like, everything that you need to become that person is already right in front of you. You just have to reveal your true strength. So with that being said, your girl is starting over. And I don't care how many times I have to start over until I get it right. I don't care if I got to bump my head 5,000 times until I get it right. It's my journey, and that's okay. As long as God keep waking me up, if I feel like I got to start over tomorrow, then start over again, then start over next week, I will do that until I fully step into the person that I truly deserve, the person that everything that I deserve comes to reality. Like, all my dreams, all my goals come true. And I will continue to work hard for that. And I want you to work just as hard, because whether you believe it or not, you deserve everything that you wish for. Anything that you have on your goal list, you deserve to receive it. But you have to put in the work for it. Goals are just goals unless we have plans in place to get to them. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to be putting out more vlogs, y'all. I know I've been slacking. I've been trying to just get the business going, getting ready for the grand opening. The grand opening will be May 6th. I'll post a flyer soon in Houston, Texas. So I'm getting that together. So I know I've been kind of hit or miss with the vlogs, but I'm trying to get back on track, just trying to learn how to manage everything as it is. Y'all know what I said, girl. I got a lot on my plate right now, but I ain't complaining. I'm very grateful. And once again, like, if you need to start over, start over. Your past does not need you. Your future does. So I hope that this video was helpful. A little venting session from your girl. And with that being said, y'all already know the drill. Come back and mess with your girl. Peace out.